Hi everyone and welcome back. So today's episode we are halfway through the prep. I just finished week 12 and I'm just going to give you a bit of an update. The first phase of the prep is done and this is now when things are getting serious. Here is some of the measurements. You can see in this past 12 weeks I have lost 1 centimeter in my calf, 0.5 centimeters in my bicep, 1.5 centimeters in my waist, 2.5 centimeters in my chest, 2.5 centimeters in my thigh, 0.5 at my hips, and then 2 centimeters around my bum. My weight has fluctuated between 57 and 54 kilograms. And as I mentioned before, I'm not at all concerned about what the weight is doing. At some stages, the bicep would, for example, go up by 5 centimeters and then come down again. And this is also just to show that the composition of the body is changing. So you might be gaining some muscle and then you're losing some fat again. During the first phase, you would take a gradual approach. The cardio would usually be quite low. I was doing 2 times a week at 45 minutes. You have a moderate intake of calories so that you still have enough food to maintain all of the muscle. You're trying to make the muscles a bit fuller and you are training with heavy weights. So you're trying to push the weights as heavy as you can do, good 12 reps for. In the second phase, you are taking a more aggressive approach at getting leaner. And this is really when things can get tough. Now we are moving into a low calorie intake and the cardio is also going to go up to about 5 times a week, still at 45 minutes and still high intensity cardio. The training at this stage, we would bring the weights a bit lower because you have lower energy. You're just trying to still get your good form. So where I would usually train at about like 60%, maybe I'll do 50-40% depending on the energy levels. And this time we are trying to maintain the muscle that we have, but we are trying to aggressively get the fat around the muscles off. Basically, this is now the phase where we are going to shred. I would advise not to do an aggressive getting lean process for longer than 12 weeks. Some people would even just do it for 6 to 8 weeks because it is very difficult and it is not healthy to continue like that for longer than 12 weeks because you will then start to lose the muscle that you have worked so hard to gain. The movie always refers to this last phase as you are sitting on a bicycle, you're going downhill at a very fast pace and you are in a narrow road, so you're trying to keep this bicycle on the road and it is just so easy to make a mistake. So you just have to focus, look in front of you, do not think of anything else, just do what you need to do in the time that you have, because this 12 weeks can just go by so quickly. In this next phase, I would feel constantly hungry, I would have low energy. Motivation really needs to come from within you. It needs to be something that you want to do to carry you through this next phase. At the same time, this phase is so rewarding because you get such good results and it is so worth it. Yes, that is it. I've made the most of the 12 weeks that I had, and that's also with the 3 weeks that I lost being sick. I would make my final decision 4 weeks out of the show to decide whether I would be in condition enough to compete. I will not put a body on stage if I'm not completely satisfied with the condition. That is it for tonight. Remember, do not worry about what the weight on the scale does. Just check the measurements and just see how do you look. I hope you are as excited as I am because things are about to get serious.